Reverend Rob Lee. Bold, smart, and straight to the point. This is Tarot with an Attitude.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Tarot with an Attitude. Check out the channel, hit the subscribe, hit the like button, and share. Now, let's talk to Capricorns out there. All my Capricorns that are out there, we're going to take a look at the week coming up of August 17th through the 23rd, Capricorns. Let's see what's going for you. We're going to start off. I'm going to do you a little different than what I've been doing. I don't know why I'm being told to do this a little different, but we're going to do something different. We're going to start with your shadow card, and that shadow card is the Six of Swords. So I'm going to put that right up here. The Six of Swords. Man, this is talking about in the overall scheme of things. Might be time to declare, I can't win this, and move ahead. It's time to let something go and move forward. This is not the Eight of Cups. This is up here in your head. This is about saying, wow, what's going on? Where are we at? And let's find out what's happening. And if it's not working, it's okay to say, you know what? I got to set sail for a new horizon in your mind. Could be over a project, could be over work, could be over a relationship. But one of those things, man, this Six of Swords is strong about leaving stuff behind that has hurt you, that is no longer serving your best good, no longer serving your higher good. You have to remember, Spirit is with you. Spirit will always be with you. So taking a look at that, one of the things we can get, wow, okay, thank you, Spirit. I'm glad I listened. What we have, you got to see this right out of the gate, is the Fool. You know what? Setting out on a new journey can be scary as hell. It can, especially when you're leaving stuff behind. You know, I lived in Florida for my whole life. My whole entire life, I lived in Florida. And at 60 years old, 61, my wife and I decided to sell the house, move into an apartment, and move to freaking New Hampshire. Why? So I could explore. Man, if you don't think selling the homestead that I grew up in, that my kids were born in, these different things was scary, you've got another thing coming. Changing things, especially midstream, as the Six of Swords is talking about that need to not be afraid. The fear is there, but we cannot let it conquer us. So it is time to take a look at a new trip, a new journey, and maybe to set sail. And one of the things that I'm always conscious of when I'm looking at the Fool, no matter what deck, and again, I'm looking at the Baroque deck here, okay, a Kickstarter deck, all right? The Fool never carries much. What this is saying is don't lug a bunch of shit from behind, okay? That's what you're trying to get away from. It's time to make a clean break, start again. People who understand you will be loyal to you. Little dogs walking around, you're not barking saying you're fixing to fall off the cliff. His head is up. He is happy. The tongue is hanging out of his mouth. He's just glad to be going with you. The people that you need to support you will support you in this move. So yes, the Six of Swords is saying it's time to move on. And your significator card, the card that comes out says who you are, you're the Fool. Not meaning you're a fool up here, okay? But it's scary. We're starting out, and it's time to put your faith in Spirit, time to put some faith in yourself, and know that you know what is happening is real and that you can do it. So when I look at some cards here for the Fool, I get the Ten of Wands right out of the gate. Put that burden down. It's time to stop carrying stuff around. The Five of Swords. It's time to stop the mental conflict. It's time to stop winning the battle and losing the war. And guess what? The Emperor is there. It is time to stand up, be tall, look at a new horizon, and say, I am going to take control of my life. This is up to you. These things are there. And Spirit is saying, I got you back. Okay? This is very, very important. You know, one of the things I'm seeing as the biggest challenge, okay, is there a narcissist or somebody in you're never right, they're all smarter than you, and they're telling you what to do. This message is for somebody. If you're seeing this, you are meant to see it, because the challenge is the King of Swords, which is telling me this is somebody that you're allowing to dictate how your life is run, but you need your own. And this person is strong, they're near you, and they keep talking you out of things. If it's a relationship, could it be a narcissist that's telling you, you won't last without me? This is all your fault. My first question to you is, are you living your life the type of life you want? My next question would be, if this was your child, would you have them act and respond in the way that you're responding? Now, this is about next week. Yes, I get it. But this is going very, very deep. There's going to be some things that's time you're going to have a thought and be like, that's it. It's time to cast it off. Should I do this? And one of the things Spirit is saying is, yeah, remember, you're in charge of your own life. Think about it. I got the Fool, which is you, next to this power mental symbol, a male, masculine, I'm in control. Could be a mother that's still got the masculine, I'm in control. Doesn't have to be male or female, but you do need to understand this is somebody that's very powerful in your head and in their head. It's all up here. So when I look at this King of Swords, wow, I'm getting the Five of Pentacles. I'm getting the Ace of Pentacles. I'm getting the Prince. No, it's the Princess of Wands. You know what? They promise you the world. They tell you everything's going to work out. Everything's going to be fine. But it seems like you're living your life in worry, trying to do everything their way or to please them. You're always looking for help. You're always needing something. You never feel whole. And this King of Wands here is saying the Ace of Pentacles. Stop looking at what's new. Stop waiting on Spirit to drag you out, and it's time for you to take charge. There are other resources available to you if you need them. If you need them to escape a situation, pick up the phone, dial 911, find out what the numbers are in your area for abused, battered wife syndrome, husband syndrome. There are resources out there that can help you. And there is somebody that's been through this and has been smart about it. But what I'm seeing is this is your challenge. This is that somebody keeps playing with you mentally, promising you the world, never coming through, always leaving you. You get a ray of hope, and then you get dashed, you get crushed, and everything like that. Life is out there for you to live, and you don't have to live it in a state of worry, okay? There's a whole new world. That's that Ace of Pentacles. So now what we're going to do is say, okay, what's at the root of this issue? The Nine of Swords. Are you worried about tomorrow? Are you scared about what's going to happen? If you make the break, if you cut loose, if you take off and set sail, you don't know where you're going to be. That's fear. And it's natural. And you should worry, but to the point of, I leave you with this, or I want you to digest this. If you're living in a situation and you're unhappy, okay, or you're only living your life tolerable, okay, you have to make a decision. So what I'm seeing here is this Nine of Swords. What's going on is the fear of the future. This is your anxiety card. This is that you're manufacturing now. Now you don't like where you're at, and you're afraid of where you're going to be. Man, ask for help, call for help, pick up the phone and say, I need somebody to talk to help me through this. There are resources out there available, but this fear is real. You know, fear, false evidence appearing real is what a lot of like AA and different people want to say. That's not necessarily true. If it was all false evidence appearing real, we wouldn't have a natural ability to fear. Okay. Fear is there for a reason, to make us be cautious and to take steps and decide whether I'm going into fight or flight mode. However, there is another definition: F everything and run. Okay. Or an acronym. It's not a definition. It's time to go. It's time to put your trust in Spirit. It's time to say, I need help. I cannot live like this or the way I'm living anymore. I don't know why this turned so heavy, but it just came out to me. Even the order in which I read the cards was different. Spirit told me to do it this way. You know, the Nine of Swords is here talking about, I'm going to pull some cards on the Nine of Swords. And what do I get? The Three of Swords, trauma-based, fear-based, hurt-based, the Hermit. You know, Nine of Swords, Princess of Swords. Wow, all this in your head, this fear of being alone, this fear of being hurt. You've been hurt. You're okay where you're at, but you're not happy. But you'd rather have this than what you were before. This is your anxiety. These are the roots of your anxiety. The Princess of Swords, wanting things to change, but never doing it. That's so important in your life right now. And this week, you're going to be forced to come to terms with it. All right. Making sure my cards are in the right spot and I'm mixing them up and everything else. So that is the Nine of Swords. That's what's going on. That's the problem, is fear, anxiety, worry, and not putting things in God's hands and not standing up and going, this cannot be anymore. You're living in a fear. Well, that means you might as well just go ahead and live in it because you're already creating it in your mind. All right? Think about that. When the world's talking about manifesting, what are you manifesting in this fear? And I'm not saying it's not real. I'm saying it takes guts, it takes courage to stand up and walk away from it. You know, one of the things I see here, you know, is you're just looking for things to be happy. In this deck, there's extra cards. One called the Happy Squirrel. I think that came from the Simpsons episode, okay, where the little girl was doing tarot and she put the Happy Squirrel in her tarot deck. One of the things I see here is you have just wanted for always to be happy. And what I'm seeing is this person, this job, maybe this is a job, this situation. You get glimpses of happiness and you tolerate what's going on in your life for the next glimpse of happiness. And this is adamantly opposed to the way we're supposed to be living our life. Now, we have the Hermit. You know what? If you're afraid to be alone, maybe you're thriving to be alone. Maybe you're dying to be alone or wanting to be alone. If you will learn how to deal with this and step out on your own, you're going to find out you are powerful by yourself. It's time for you to put aside whatever other people are putting in your ear, okay? And it's time for you to take a look of, is my life working? By yourself, whatever's going on. You can set out and start over. This Hermit is looking into the future, but he's not looking down at the ground. He's looking up, not up, but out. He's looking out to see, here's what I have coming. Here's what I have doing. It's not a beautiful Hermit card. You can tell he's been through the ropes. But what I want you to understand here is you've been longing for happiness. You've been doing this with somebody else. It's time to cut loose. It's time to say, I don't need everything I thought I needed. I needed my happiness. You know, one of the best tools you can have, oh my goodness, for your best tool is the Judgment card. It's understanding you have to change your life. You have to set new boundaries. You have to see your life for what it is. You have to understand you can live a better life and be able to shuck that life off so you can go to the next step. So you can hit the next quest. You can hit the next goal. You can ring that bell. You know, one of the things I'm looking at here with all of these cards or whatnot and with Judgment is a new becoming. Man, we've got the Fool. We've got the Hermit. We've got the Judgment card, the Six of Swords. It's time to let something go. Is this a tie to a religion you didn't choose? Is this a tie to thought processes? It could be a tie to anything. But listen to me, Capricorn. You're hearing this message for a reason. It's coming out. This is very strong. I feel very firmly about it, that I'm being given this message by Spirit. And one of the things we have to realize here, we're going to take a look at some more cards. You know, it's scary. The Five of Wands has popped up. But you know what? When I look at this as whole, the Five of Wands is getting free of the drama. It's where do you want to go? What are you willing to fight for to get loose? What are you willing to do to be happy? Because the wheel of fortune is here to say this life's going to turn. We can turn things around. We can move from fear into joy, into gladness. We can achieve things that are that are absolutely awesome. But then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Prudence, but at the same point, the reward of keeping an eye on your life and paying attention to the details of your own life. You know, with all that being said, I say a lot of times in the show, come check us out. Take what you want, leave what you don't. But leave having experienced some peace, love, and light. Sometimes we just need to leave. Bang around.